Hi, I'm Tisha.
I'm Loren.
And this is the Open Booked podcast. Today, we are talking about Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole, the first in the series. There's 3 of them, right?
There's 3. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Kindred's Curse Saga.
Oh, yeah. But first, what are you reading?
So, I went on a tear this week. I read an entire paper book, which is in my free time. That's not usually allowed, but I just decided to do it. Problematic Summer Romance, Allie Hazelwood. And I'm just going to say I'm on an Allie Hazelwood kick now because this book was so good. This is her newest one. It just came out like a month or 2 ago, I think. And then before that was Deep End, which if you see, I have it right back here as well. Loved that book too. So I think I've decided that I'm obsessed and I'm going to read the rest of the books of hers that I haven't read already, which is about 4. I've read the rest of them, I think. Mm-hmm. And turns out I had them all. So here they are right here. Oops. Right there. So I'm going to try to finish those. But I decided, I finished that book and I finished that book within this book within 24 hours. And I was like, I'm kind of in a slump because they were both really good. And I couldn't start the second book until after we recorded because I would let some sort of cat out of the bag. So I was like, okay, let's just randomly click on some shit on my Kindle. And boy, did I stumble myself into something else. I don't know the name of the series. I sent you a screenshot though, but the first book is, I think, Of Gods and Monsters. A City of Gods and Monsters. It's called The House of Devils series. And it's by Kayla Edwards. It's this cover right here. I don't know if it's going to focus on my screen. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I've seen it all over Book Talk. I've seen it everywhere, and I saw it on Kindle, and the whole series is included in KU, so I was like, sign me up. It's a huge book, and I read like 25% of it last night. I stayed up way too late. I had my projector going, my little clicker on my Kindle with my little arm all cuddled up, click, click, living the dream. And I'm obsessed. So anyways, that was a really long answer to your question. But so far, so good. I'm going to start the second one as soon as we finish recording to get started for next week because it's a little bit bigger. And the third one is the biggest. Anyways, what are you reading?
I'm stalled in atmosphere. I think I'm just going to do the Audible this week. I can't. I might be able to knock out a few chapters this week or today, but really with soccer starting back up and work and life, I just can't read in the evenings right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I am listening to The Maid, Molly the Maid, #1 by Nita Prose. And I think Molly is autistic because it describes her not being able to like read the room or understand innuendo or jokes, or like she specifically asks people sometimes, are you laughing with me or laughing at me?
Aww.
So it's a murder mystery, but I haven't figured it out yet. I'm like 25% through, and I don't know if it's just because she's autistic or what, but it's a whole series, so I don't know.
Interesting. I've seen the cover. I saw you put that on Goodreads, and I've seen that cover everywhere. Like a couple years ago, I feel like it was really big on Book Talk.
Yeah, and so I started listening on Everand, but it was right as everything was changing, and I got kicked out of it. I only got like 2 pages in, and then I got kicked out. So it finally became available on Libby, so I'm listening.
Good.
And listening to the Inheritance Game series, which rolls into the Grandest Game series. So I've read 1 and 1.
Okay.
But Keaton's reading them too, so I'm like, I have to wait until he reads it, and then I can read it.
I love it. So they're young adult then?
Yeah. It's similar to season 4 of You, like really rich people, but kind of murder mystery and just like puzzle games. So it's fun.
Yeah, that does sound fun. Okay, you ready to yap? We have a lot to yap about today.
Let's get to it.
#1, there is a killer at large in our area. Devil's Den State Park is a very popular park. I've been a multitude of times. I'm sure Tisha has as well. And it is a little bit south of Fayetteville. If any of you NWA people want to know where we're talking about, I'm assuming everyone knows where it is. Anyways, pretty rural, but beautiful hikes. Like, I've camped here. It's a really, really cool spot that's very popular. I'm saying this because it's not like off, it's rural, but it's not like off the beaten path. It's like everyone goes there. Everyone goes there.
Yeah.
And yesterday, around 2:40 p.m., I guess, there was a call to the state police or sheriff's office. I think the state police is running lead at this point, but that there were 2 dead bodies found on a trail. They'd been stabbed. All we know is that it's a 43-year-old man and a 41-year-old woman. I'm a little nervous because I know so many people here, and I'm sure you feel the same way. They have not released any names yet. Apparently, they've contacted, like, the next of kin, and nothing's been released yet. I've read a lot of comments. You sent me some, too, that there was a daughter with them. Some people said, like, it was their nephew, 2 daughters. The police haven't confirmed anything like that, but I feel like they know a little bit too much for there to not be any sort of witness. And I will say, hiking on these trails, it may be you, especially in the summer, school's out. Yes, it was a ridiculously hot day, but you're going to see someone maybe every 100 yards at the furthest apart. Like, there are people all over this place. This place, camping, like, books out a couple weeks in advance. So I am positive they were found pretty quickly after it happened. And they have a description of the person, which is a white man with black shorts, gray tank top, I think, and then workout gloves. But I saw a couple people say, hey, there's cyclist trails on here too, so be in mind of, like, look out for cyclists too. But then they said they have a description of a car that had electrical taped the license plate, which tells me it's intentional.
Yeah.
It was planned, like a targeted attack on these people, because at first everyone was freaking out thinking of some random guy in the woods just popped out and stabbed 2 people. But the fact that he had, like, a getaway car tape tells me it's a little bit more intentional.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, from the comments of people saying that they're related, they said they just moved here to be closer to family. Too. So it's so odd that they would be a target of anyone unless they moved here to be closer to family, but they were actually running from something. Like, in my mind, I'm getting Ozark vibes.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, very sad that these people have lost their family members, and I just can't imagine what the child or children are going through to see that happen, because the comment of another relative said that the dad got stabbed and the mom ran back to the car with the girls and ran back to try to help him, and the person was still there and got her. So
damn.
Yeah. 1, why would he linger unless that was his intent? And 2, how were the police contacted? Like you said, somebody go by and see them and contact them? Did the girls find a way to contact the police? There's so many questions, and it's just really scary because it's somewhere that we frequent, and it is very close to home.
Yeah. And it's the thing that's getting me is, like, I've lived in this vicinity of this area my entire life, and never had someone been sexually assaulted in broad daylight. Has anyone been murdered? Has anyone been kidnapped? Has anything like this ever happened? I mean, my parents, it might have been their dirt road, or it might have been the one next to it, literally 2 weeks ago had a dead body found that had been shot, a 19-year-old kid. Did you hear about that?
Gosh.
Literally, like, very close to them, and the suspect they arrested is a sheriff deputy of the next town over's son. So, I mean, they're young kids, they're 18, 19, 20, whatever, but at the same time, growing up, this never happened. We joked even a year ago on this podcast that the Bentonville police don't do anything, that they just stand there for Walmart events and go to the Tesla accidents. I'm pretty sure it's the joke that we made, but it's kind of getting scary.
Yeah.
it's real because it's here, and we've always said we live in the best and safest part of Arkansas, which this kind of crime is not unusual in Arkansas. It's unusual in our part of Arkansas. Let me be clear. Yeah. So it's especially scary. I, for the sake of those children, hope they didn't see it. But either way, I can't even imagine what they're going through. And if, all that's even true, which it sounds like these people were relatives, but you never know with what people be posting online.
For sure.
This is a developing story. The police have only issued a statement with the description asking for help locating. They have not released anything else, names, even manner of death. I think even stabbing is a guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just saying homicide was the post I saw from the Arkansas State Police. So, I think as of like 9-10 p.m. last night, there was still a very heavy presence at Devil's Den. Police presence, like just in case he was hiding in the woods.
Yeah, it's closed down to like hikers and bikers.
Yeah, closed the trails. So anyways, this is crazy. This is scary. It's happening right now. Praying for the families involved here. I just hope they catch him and those kids get answers as to why. I don't know. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, if anything happens between now and next episode, we'll be sure to fill everyone in case you get invested. All 7 listeners. Had to make a little jokey joke. Next order of business, there's another stabbing, but this time at sea. A Royal Caribbean employee stabbed another coworker and jumped off the ship and died. I don't know if the person I know it's a male. I don't know if the person he stabbed died or if just him. But it was in the Bahamas. I know that as well. And the ship that it happened on was actually the last cruise we went on. We were on the same ship.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep. But people
be crazy out here.
Literally, what the fuck is in the water?
Plastic.
This shit never used to happen. Yeah. If you would say fluoride.
Among other things.
Yeah. So, heard nothing else on that, but besides one article. I bet the Royal Caribbean will keep it kind of hush, considering it was employees and not guests. Next, this is insane. In the past 7 days, we have lost 2 legends. Literal legends. First was Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace. Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace. Hulk Hogan, I think everyone kind of knew Ozzy was on his way down. There was a lot of talk after his last concert a couple weeks ago. He's been battling Parkinson's. So I don't think anyone was shocked by that one. I think the shock was that Sharon didn't do her pact. Everyone's been talking about this for weeks, since his last concert. There's interviews of them talking about a suicide pact, but I think you found that the suicide pact was only if it was like mental disorders or something. Yeah, like dementia. Dementia. But my kind of guess on it was maybe they were gonna do it and he may have passed away before they could. Because we all saw videos of his last concert. He couldn't stand up. Bless his heart. He's definitely... Yeah. I'm glad he got to do that. I'm really glad he got to do his last concert.
He was diagnosed in 2003 with Parkinson's, so he lived with it for 22 years, which is kind of unheard of, really. Parkinson's is such a degenerative disease that your body really betrays itself. And between that and all of the drugs he did in his younger years, it's amazing that he made it to 76. Like, honestly, really amazing.
I saw an article that was like Ozzy Osbourne did every drug possible, including ants, and lived to 76 and bat heads and dove heads. And Richard Simmons literally lived his life as a health nut and died at 70 or something like that. And they're like, pick your poison. And I was like, damn.
Exactly.
I saw an interview as well about Ozzy saying like a doctor told him he was superhuman or something because there's no way anyone should have survived that amount of alcohol and drug abuse. We're laughing about it now because I think that's all you can do. Like, yeah, dude was the goat of drug use. I mean, not that I'm condoning it, but like, it's just facts. No one else could do that. So yeah, and Hulk Hogan's I think was, like I said, more of a surprise. I read an article from like the Florida police that said they got like an emergency call and went and he died like in transport to the hospital. So the guess was a heart attack of some sort or something like that, which I'm sure he did his fair amount of performance-enhancing drugs, different kind than
Yep.
Ozzy. But, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't look like that at 71 without
No.
juicing. So, honestly, though, both great and pioneers of their own industries. Absolutely insane that they went within 7 days
Yeah.
of each other.
Yeah, and death always comes in threes, so we got to mention also Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yes.
He was it Family Matters?
The Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show. Yeah.
He was the oldest brother, I think, in the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
And his death was wild. I think he was just on family vacation, right? And drowned.
Yeah.
So sad.
He was swimming off a beach in Costa Rica when a current pulled him deeper into the ocean. So kind of like a riptide.
Yeah.
He was only 54.
Yeah, very young. Very sad.
Yep.
Yeah. On to next news here. There was a concert. This is so weird. Tisha sent me this one. I read the article like 3 times, like, and there's no and. So, near Harvard, the famous university that Elle Woods attended, 8 children in a French youth choir were performing. They had about 70 guests. Only the 8 children had seizures. The guests did not. This news outlet requested statement from like the church and the choir director or whatever, and no one got back to them. This is sus. This is saying, hey, those kids are possessed by demons and they're in a church. I don't know, but that's fucking, I have goosebumps. This is weird to me.
Yeah, so weird. Like, from what I saw, it was like one child had an episode. They contacted authorities to come get them as they were being transported. Another child had their seizure, and then a second one started at the same time, and then a third, and then it was all 8. And I'm like, were they drugged with like some sort of slow reacting but quick, like what Violet gave them at the dinner?
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is fucking weird. And why kids?
Why not anyone in the audience? So their thought was like, okay, we're checking the air, which that was my thought too. Is there like carbon monoxide or something? Or is it dioxide? No, which one do you put on cuts? Dioxide. Monoxide is the air.
Monoxide. Yeah.
Okay. So is there carbon monoxide in the pipes? Something crazy? A gas leak? They checked all that according to that article, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
Which still wouldn't have explained why it happened to the kids and not the adults. Yeah. 70, I'm reiterating, 70 other people were in that room and only the kids had seizures. This is insane to me.
Freaking weird.
And seizures are one of the scariest. I don't know. I've only seen it I've seen it on a patient when I was a dental assistant, and that freaked me out. But I've also had a dog with epilepsy, and it is some of the scariest things to watch. People who are used to it are like, they know what to do, roll them on the side, like talk to them, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's still terrifying to watch a human or animal body not being able to control itself and go into that state. I just can't imagine a parent watching 8-year-olds do this unexplained. That's what's wild to me. I couldn't find anything else on it. I Googled. So the church wouldn't do statement.
Other children were complaining of similar symptoms, though not witnessed by our EMS crews on scene. They were non-life-threatening, and the children were transported to nearby hospitals for further evaluation. As of Wednesday morning, all children have been released from the local hospitals with a clean bill of health.
Nothing about what caused it.
Fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just wild. Age 8 to 14. So it wasn't just like little kids. It wasn't teens. Like, it was all
different ages.
Fucking
wild.
Just wild.
Makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Or I'm wondering, because these kids are traveling, were they experimenting with drugs?
8-year-olds? 14, yeah. 8-year-olds?
Peer pressure, though, man. I mean, the rest of the choir's doing it. Why not?
Yeah. Like they accidentally got some bad drugs.
Ugh. It's awful.
My thought was, is this a special choir that works with people who have epilepsy? Like, that was where my head kind of went.
Mm.
And then I'm like, but maybe that doesn't make sense either, but that they would all have it at the same time unless, I don't know, do they trigger each other by panic? I don't know. I genuinely don't.
Possibly.
But I feel like the article would have said if that was the
I don't know.
case.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, we'll keep you posted if we hear anything else. That's literally all that's out there right now. So it sounds like the choir doesn't want to talk about it, which tells me there's something else going on there. If it was a straightforward explanation, they would have said it. This is kind of a wild story. I can't find much on this either, but a woman who vanished in Death Valley National Park, which is like the desert, like crazy, was found 9 months later.
Yeah.
Alive. She survived for 9 months.
That's unheard of.
Good for her. But there's a part of me that's like, is there more to this too? Was she actually there? Like, how do you survive in the desert like that with just like your hiking or camping supplies for 9 months? Someone had to know she was there. I don't know.
Yeah, did she do it as like she wanted to run away, but then realized, oh crap, I need to go back?
Yeah, she has kids, I think.
Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. Why is everything to me a conspiracy theory? Because I don't trust anything the fucking news says. That's why.
Literally.
Or the government. I don't trust anything unless I see it with my own 2 eyes. It's never ending today. Austin serial killer. There have been people online talking about a possible serial killer in the Austin area for years. I feel like people have been saying this. I've never seen it formally announced that they are on the manhunt for a serial killer. Yeah, they have now confirmed 33 bodies have been found in the water. Why is the Mindhunter team not there? I know Mindhunter isn't real, but I know it's based off of a real team from the FBI. Why are they? I mean, maybe they are, and they're keeping it on the DL, but it's like at this point they need to make a statement to the public. Because if I am living in Austin, I'm freaking out if they aren't making some sort of statement. They need to say like what the victim MO is, or like the whatever is. Okay, she's like Bundy, always side part or middle part, dark hair, skinny. Like, they need to do something. I know that may be giving away too much information and that may make the killer like thrive, but I feel like the public needs to know, because right now it's just a bunch of people on the internet. Like, they need some sort of, hey, this is the areas, this is this, like, just for people to be safe, in my opinion, but what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, internet sleuths have been watching this and shouting it from the rooftops. I feel like since at least 2021, if not 2020, like, hey, anytime someone is found murdered or goes missing, all I see in the comments is, what about the serial killer in Austin? What about the serial killer in Chicago? What about the serial killer here? And there are people with like maps of where they went missing, where the bodies were found. Like, it is a whole thing. And yet the police are just silent. So are they in on it? Are they just trying to get more information before they put anything out? But like, the public needs to be aware of this.
Yeah, maybe it's a new tactic because, like, obviously in the 70s and 80s, the serial killers were, like, had nicknames and they were all over everywhere, all over the newspapers at the time, you know, so, like, everyone knew everything. And maybe this new tactic is to try to not, like, put them up on a pedestal because, you know, there's crazies out there. We saw this next topic is Bryan Kohberger. We saw bitches lined up outside the courtroom on his side, and people are fucking crazy. So maybe their thought is, okay, there's a lot more resources these days. Maybe if we don't say things out loud, no one can idolize or help them. Yeah. Like, because I could see a crazy bitch hiding these motherfuckers. I could see it. So that's my devil's advocate. Sure. I think that people should know, should we glorify them? Should we put them on a pedestal? Should we give them a fun nickname? No. Do that after they do the nickname after they get caught. We've seen it in so many true crime podcasts, like BTK, giving himself a nickname because he wanted that. They love their nicknames. They, like, get off on this shit. So I see, like, that side of it, but I don't see, like, warning the public at least about areas. Yeah. Like, specifically, if there's one area that's being targeted, the public needs to know to avoid that area. I feel bad for local businesses and such in the area, but the public needs to know. Or, like, in this area has always been a group, or don't go after dark, or he's abducting at 5 a.m. in the morning when people are on their runs. Like, in my opinion, they know that at this point. They have to.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, now that there's been enough, maybe we'll get something.
Yeah, especially with all of the women that go in groups to Houston for like bachelorette parties, graduation parties, like all of this stuff for sororities and like the typical girl group events. You would think they would want to at least do something to alert people. It's just wild that they're not saying
that
anything.
makes me think that makes me think it's tourism related, because we know this is a huge tourist trendy destination right now. It's kind of like in Nashville, people go missing all the time off Broadway, but that one case was huge. Riley, do you remember that? Last year, maybe the year before.
Yeah.
That case was huge, everywhere, all over everything. And people were saying, guys, this happens all the time. Why is this one case getting all the attention and not the others? And I think it's just to prevent the lack of tourism, because they know that's their main moneymaker. Sucks. Maybe we'll get more now that there's been 33 bodies found in this lake or river or whatever. Bodies of water.
Yeah.
TBD.
Which, if they know anything, it doesn't make sense, because we've been hearing that for over a decade about New Orleans. Like, you don't go to the Ninth Ward. You don't go alone. You don't do this or that. And everybody still fucking flocks there because it's New Orleans.
Yep.
Like,
there are certain destinations. Yeah. New Orleans is just, I think, specifically one destination that even the crime intrigues people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's a museum of death there.
Vampires. A museum of death. There is the lore of vampires. There's the voodoo. There's just all of this associated with this town. And people still go. I mean, it's just, I don't think New Orleans will ever die. It's just, now other towns might, or go down. I just think New Orleans is like the one that is safe. I don't know.
Which I just saw a story where it could go underwater because they are not replenishing like the shoreline. They were taking basically, I guess, mud and silt from the Mississippi River and replenishing it every year. But some new mayor or somebody in the city decided, we're just going to throw away the hundreds of millions of dollars that have been allocated for this, and the government's going to actually take it back, and we're just not going to do it anymore. It costs too much money because it's affecting the like shrimping and oyster whatever. I'm like, except when the entire habitat's gone, it's going to affect it just as badly. So what do you want us to do?
Yeah.
So they're fighting.
Surely that won't last. Yeah. Hopefully that won't last.
Yeah.
Next order of business. Bryan Kohberger. Victim impact statements were this week. There were honestly 3 stars to the show, and they were all Kaylee's family.
Yeah.
When the mom said, I have a message from my younger daughter, you know what part I'm talking about? And said, I know you got A's in high school and college, but you're about to get some big D's in prison. I screamed. That was my favorite line of the whole time. Yeah, the mom said that. A lot of them were really emotional, which I understand. Absolutely. Like, this is their chance to talk about the daughter. The sister of Kaylee's sister was so well spoken, well thought out. She's like, I'm not giving you any more about how wonderful my sister is. I know it. I'm going to ask you the questions I want to know, and I've written down. I'm going to tell you, I think you're worthless. I think you're scum. Like, when she was going, I was like, pop off, queen. And then when she said, if you wouldn't attacked her in the night like a fucking pedophile, she would have kicked your fucking ass. I was like, oh, like, I loved it. And you could see his body language. Like, all the people who were crying and talking about the victims, he was getting off on it. He was unbothered. He was sitting there. He was fine. When she started personally attacking them, he started like sinking in his chair. You could see his arms fidgeting more. That's what got through to him. She's like, you're a psychopath. You're a sociopath. I was like, literally snaps for her.
Yeah.
But while they were in the courtroom, did you hear about the text messages?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so while this I think it's the Concalves. It's Kaylee's family. I don't know how to pronounce their last name. Anyways, apologize for any mispronunciation. It's Kaylee's family. The mom got a text threatening her life, saying, I gave a serial killer in Idaho your address. You know Bryan's innocent. Like, that's the crap these families are dealing with after their children are getting murdered. What the actual fuck is wrong with people?
Stupid.
Insane.
Yeah. But, I mean, 4 life sentences without the opportunity for parole.
Or appeal.
Somewhat justice, but just put him down.
Yeah. A lot of people are mad at the judge for, not the judge, he had to allow the plea agreement once it had been accepted, is what he said, but a lot of people are mad at the prosecutor for coming up with it. But the fact he took it, knew that he was going to be guilty, and then now the gag order's lifted, so all of the documents that were taken out of the public are coming out, and the thing that's the wildest is he was stalking them physically. He'd been by their house like 28 times in a month, so he's pretty much there every night, sounds like.
Yeah.
But he never searched them on social media, he never messaged them, he never followed them, he never anything. So how he just saw
that they
them
could find.
That they could find. They did like a full forensic sweep or something. But they found his, like, I didn't hear exactly what it was, but they said fetish searches. But I mean, I'm interested to see what that is, but they mentioned that. They found everything else. They found him buying the knife and whatnot, but they did not find any link to any of the victims. So it's insane to me what's coming out right now. Like, they pretty much knew it was him. They're also saying they listened to all of his calls in prison, and he never once even mentioned the murder to his mom. He apparently was on FaceTime with her like all day, every day. Doesn't talk to anyone, doesn't cause trouble. If you look at his eyes, something's wrong with him. Something is wrong. He doesn't have a soul or something. It ain't right in there.
I think he's autistic, because that came up before his trial was about to start. They were trying to get him like removed from the courtroom because he doesn't show emotion properly.
I think they may be trying to work with that because he's a sociopath or psychopath or both.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, and now it's even coming out that the roommates were talking about how they felt like they were being watched, and the dog would run off and it freaked him out, and the dog would bark at stuff. But it also explains why he didn't hurt the dog. He had a dog. He apparently liked them. And the dog didn't bark or alert because it probably knew him from lurking around their fucking house, which is terrifying to me. God, people are so messed up.
Yep.
Anyways, I think more stuff is coming out, but the craziest thing to me was that there were no DMs, texts, interactions between them at all. They even said they couldn't prove. Like, there's a huge theory about them, like, getting stalked at the store that one of them worked at. They said they couldn't even prove that.
That's crazy.
I know. The randomness of it kind of scares me more than anything. Like, that somebody could just see you on the street and decide, okay, you're it. Like, wild.
I mean, we see Joe do it in You, so random girl just walked into the bookstore.
Internal monologue.
Or the library. Or
the grocery store.
Like, he went to an Avron and Love walked in and he fell in love. And I was like, this is how their brains work, literally. It's fucking crazy.
Makes me sick.
Yep.
It's terrifying. I'm not sleeping tonight. Next in true crime news, Eric Menendez. We've talked about them a lot off and on over the past year. Is very sick. They actually have their resentencing soon that they get out of prison. And Eric they're not saying what his condition is, but it sounds pretty serious. And I
saw that it was kidney stones.
Oh my God. I mean, that sucks, but that's his serious condition that he might die from. I thought he had cancer.
That's what I thought initially, but then I read into it. I was like, they can literally do a surgery and beat the shit out of the stone and get it out. It can cause like urethral failure and backup and like sepsis into your kidneys if it's treated. But literally just drink fucking water. That's what I did. Like, you just have to flush out the sugar, because that's what it is sugar and calcium buildup. So you're drinking too much milk or dairy products with calcium and too much sugar. So you just have to drink a shit ton of water to flush it all out.
And that article I read did not say that. I got goobered.
Yeah, because I was like, oh man, what? Like, Eric Menendez might not make it out of prison. And I was like, what the fuck?
This is some clickbait shit.
Yeah. Again, a reason we can't trust the news.
Yeah. Again, moving back into that with Epstein. We've talked about this off and on since we started our podcast. I'm getting whiplash. Okay, so we're releasing all the Epstein files. That's Trump's like campaign line. Then Elon's saying he's not releasing them because he's on them. And then he's saying, I'm not on them, Bill Clinton's on them. We all know Bill Clinton's on them. You ain't gonna convince me that if it comes out and he's not on them, that's a lie. He's on them. Okay.
100.
Do I think Trump is probably involved in some way or has been involved with him? Yeah, I'm sure they were financial connoisseurs in the 80s and 90s together. I do know that he got kicked out of Florida for some reason when the shit hit the fan. So do I think he was involved after that? I don't know. But if I got a bunch of information and saw Trump's name, would I be shocked? Absolutely not. Nothing shocks me anymore, okay? If any famous person ever's name was on that list, I wouldn't be shocked. You could tell me he was the nicest, most philanthropic, whatever, celebrity ever. Philanthropic. Celebrity ever. Yeah. They're on the Epstein list. Nothing surprises me anymore. Since Ashton Kutcher and the sex trafficking
Literally
shit.
my thought. Because
he was such an advocate for sex trafficking. I loved him for that. I thought he was such a good guy. And then I'm like, know what? No, that's a front for him to get away with it. That's my opinion. Personal opinion, no facts. Don't sue me. Anyways, so I think, yeah, there's probably a lot of people on this list. Then the Attorney General says, okay, I submitted it to the Department of Justice for release. Judges say, no, you can't release it. Why? Why did the judges turn it down? That's the only department. If it went to like the Supreme Court, which I don't know. If it went to the Supreme Court, that's the only branch who has the power to say nope. And apparently that's what happened. That's what I read. Yeah. Now, do I even know what's true? No. Now Ghislaine Maxwell is like, I'll tell you guys everything. Why the fuck would we believe a word coming out of her fucking mouth? She could be saying whatever the fuck she wants.
Oh, 100%. So she met with Trump, gave him all this information, and the DOJ is who she was really meeting with. And when she went back to prison, she was carrying a box of stuff.
Like they bribed her into talking by giving her cool stuff in prison?
I guess. I don't know. I was like, so you're getting more than probably time taken off of your sentence for telling us information that may or may not be true? Cool. Love our justice system.
That's what I'm saying. Why are we not listening to the victims? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of victims that have spoken out. Why are we listening to Ghislaine, the recruiter, over the victims?
The victims who started speaking out in, 2001.
Yes.
And were ignored repeatedly.
Yep. And he got slaps on the wrist every time.
Yeah. And then just got better at hiding it and threatening people to keep a secret.
Yep.
Because one of the girls said that after she had gone to the police, her and her family members, because it was her and her sister, found a dead animal head on their doorstep. And then another one found a bullet on their doorstep. I'm like, tell me that's not witness tampering and so fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I don't even know what's real to even say out loud. Everything I said was articles I saw that I don't even know. So will we ever see the Epstein information? I highly doubt it. And anything we do see at this point, I'm not going to believe because of all the back and forth.
Yeah.
Somebody's hiding something. I'm going to run through these really quick. There was a lot to cover this week, guys. There's 3 items that are all related to plane incidents. Like, what the actual fuck? Number 1, Southwest, yet again. Southwest flight had to drop altitude 475 feet 6 minutes after taking off without warning. People went flying, hit their heads, got hurt. They had to maneuver not to collide with another plane. And the captain came on, apologizing, saying, not a fun day at work or whatever. But apologized, and everyone gave him like claps and stuff because he obviously just saved their life.
Yeah.
But the fact is that there is no reason, and we're going to talk about it in another almost collision. There is no reason the radar shouldn't have picked these things up. There is something wrong with the systems. There is something wrong at this point in 2025, and people need to fix it. That's my professional opinion here. SkyWest
so you want to know my
flight.
theory on that?
What is it?
I think the cloud seeding that they're doing for rain is somehow damaging the radar so that it can't pick up those, like, everything. Like, it picks up most things, but there's like a glitch somehow that prevents it from picking up everything.
That's a really good theory. I never thought about that.
Because it didn't start happening until just the last few years when cloud seeding became so prominent.
Yep. There's states that are banning it now. I just saw one state.
About fucking time.
I don't remember which one it was. Banned it, yeah.
Because their hurricanes are getting so bad.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's insane. That makes sense too. And we have so much worse tornadoes right now. Like, we've talked about this. My husband likes to make a joke. It's because they put in all the damn roundabouts, because everyone's bitching about the roundabouts. I actually personally, that's his favorite joke ever. I personally love roundabouts. I think they're very effective. We have a lot less accidents by work now, and there's 3 roundabouts that I can see. Literally. But there's no wrecks. People may be stupid and drive slow and go the wrong fucking way or whatever, but you're going slow enough that people have the chance to stop. They're effective. Keep traffic flowing. But anyways, that's beside the point. I think it probably has to do with Tornado Alley shifting and us getting so much more. When I was growing up, we never fucking had tornadoes. It was all Oklahoma. And now it's like we're getting so many a year. Like, it's a normal thing. I'm talking about putting a storm shelter in. Never. In the mountains? Yeah, that's wild. But anyways, the other flight was a SkyWest flight. It's somewhere in the North Dakota region. Almost hit a B-52 bomber, a military plane that had done a flyover at some event of some sort. Mm-hmm. How the fuck are they almost hitting not another commercial flight, a B-52 bomber? Okay.
I don't know. That's wild.
I don't understand it. And then, this happened either yesterday or this morning, an American flight on the runway in Denver about to take off, they had to evacuate the plane because the underneath of it was catching on fire, and there's videos. They have to go out those slides that the water, that you have to do in the water, and people were sliding down them, falling off, hitting their heads. Like, the videos were like, oh, they're like grabbing their bags. I'm like, oh my god, this is all like within a few days. Insane.
Welcome to America.
I'm getting really nervous about my flight in 32 days across the pond.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we talk about this book?
Yes.
Okay. Spark and the Everflame by Penn Cole. The first in the Kindred's Curse saga. Okay, here we go. In a mortal world colonized by the gods and ruled over by the Descended, their cruel magic-wielding offspring, DM Bellator, yearns to escape the insular life of her poor village. Her mother's sudden disappearance and the discovery of a dangerous secret about her past offer Diem an unexpected opportunity to enter the dark world of the descended royalty and unlock the web of mysteries her mother left behind. With the dying king's handsome, enigmatic heir watching her every move, and a ruthless rebel alliance recruiting her to join the growing civil war, Diem will have to navigate the unwritten rules of love, power, and politics in order to save her family and all of mortal kind.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, not nearly as long and giving as much away as some of the other ones we've read. Okay, first and foremost, did you like it?
Yeah.
I did too. It took me a while to get into this one, I'll say, though. Like, the first half, I was like, I'm having a hard time following this magic and world building. She did it nicely, but it just wasn't anything that, like, grabbed me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It didn't grab me, and it didn't, like, it just seemed very anticlimactic. Even kind of the end, I was like, okay, I see what's happening. I see it's building. I feel like it's kind of Crescent City-ish, and, like, it just takes forever to get to the point.
Yep.
And then once it does, it's like bam, bam, bam. But then, yeah, I think we'll have a lot more excitement and intrigue in the next one.
For sure. This was a setup novel. Usually the first one's a lot, the second's a setup, and then the third's like the battle. I feel like this is a setup for the second one. And before we say anything else, we have only read the first book. We do this on purpose to not spoil anything. So if we get anything right, again, it's guesses. We don't know. I haven't even seen any internet spoilers about this one. I've just heard that it's really good. I didn't really get interested until Luther. Obviously, I think her little childhood crush is boring. And Luther's hot, and I'm Team Luther.
100%. It was, the childhood crush was giving very Dane Atos.
I said this is fucking Dane. I knew it. Yes, before Eyes Here, okay? This is book 1 and 2, Dane Atos. Yes, so I agree. I didn't like the childhood crush. I think my opinion here is he's using her. And I will say, I do appreciate the fact that this FMC is not as much of a, like, yeah, she can fight, but she's very much, like, not this, like, well, I guess Pharaoh was kind of weak in the first one, but, like, she's not like Bryce or like all these fucking bad bitches right off the butt. Like, she's a healer. She's like the equivalent of a nurse. Unproblematic. Like, she's got a little sarcasm. She's a little sassy. But she's not like this badass bitch right away, right? Like, you know there's something. You know there's something. In the first chapter, when they talk about her eyes, her hair, like, there's something. Immediately, the whole time was like, she's half and half. I knew she's half and half. I don't think she knew, though. I genuinely don't think she knew. Yeah. And even when he was talking to her, was like, you really believe that, don't you? You really believe that you're mortal. And she's like, What are you talking about? I am mortal. There's a part of me there that was like, oh, she might guess or know. I'm sure she had suspicions, but I genuinely don't think she knew who her father was. And I'm still confused. Is she related to him?
That's what I am really scared of. Like,
or is it a different king? It sounds like she's a rape baby.
Yeah.
That's my guess. From for sure a descendant, no doubt. Sounded like his dad. His dad, maybe? Who was the king before the uncle? Because that's who her dad is, I think. Unless it was a king of another area.
Maybe.
But I was surprised that she's the queen at the end. That surprised me. I thought it was going to be Luther and they were going to be together. I still think they're mates. Like he said to his cousin and it cuts off, I think she's my whatever. And like the pull they have on the, like they keep doing the chest thing, they're for sure mates or whatever the equivalent is in this series.
Yeah. Yeah. Fated,
I also think he's fated. Yeah. Secretly, I think he's a good guy.
He's giving guardian.
Doesn't agree with his uncle. He's giving the guardian. He is. That's why I like him.
Yes. Like he's there kind of to protect her, but also he fucking loves her, whether he likes it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he knows she betrayed him, and I don't think he cares that much.
No. I mean, he felt the fucking knife in her boot and just let her go with it.
Left it. Yeah.
I knew as soon as she said that she had stopped taking the flame route, I knew that that was a mechanism or something to hold her power back. It was to stifle her. So, and I guess I just wasn't listening very well, but like the person that told the descended woman warned her, she is the daughter of the forgotten. So maybe that's the forgotten is like, it's her dad. So it's not his dad. Yeah. So maybe it's like a distant brother or relative. So they're still fucking cousins, but in royalty, they're always inbreeding.
Yeah, that not shocked. I wouldn't be bothered if they're cousins. Brother, sister would bother me. But
sister fucker.
The flame sister fucker. Oh my god. The flame root part. You're cracking up over there. When she went and talked to that lady, and the lady was like, "You have to have 7 or whatever." I was like, "Oh shit!" So they were casually talking about how this flame root stuff, not knowing how hard it is to get, and now it's like, where did her mom get it? That's what I want to know. I also want to know where her mom is. I think her mom is not dead. She's gonna come back. I don't think she's. I don't think the mom's. Yeah, the mom was with a king that died, but that was like years ago, right?
But she says that she's like being held in like a prison.
I thought that was when she was giving birth to her.
No.
Okay, my timelines were confused.
So at the end, the mom is in the prison. She is remembering when the last time this happened, which is the year that she disappeared. She had given birth to her. And then that's when she came back and met the commander and was like, hey, I have this baby. Do you still want to be with me? Or I need to run away. And he's like, no, I'll stay with you. And then she's checking off the days because she's like, last time I lost track of time. I couldn't tell what was day from night and how long I had been here. And it ended up being a year. This time it's been 6 months and like 2 days. She's like, I'm checking off, or I'm making a white line for each sunset. She's in some sort of dungeon somewhere. And I was like, okay, she's still alive.
Okay, I completely thought that was an entire flashback. I missed the days thing. I thought the entire thing was when she gave birth to her. Thanks for clearing that up for me, honestly.
Yeah. So, and I almost think the commander is the one that put her there to try and like save her because he knows she's alive.
He does, and so does Luther.
Exactly.
They both know. There's a part of me that thinks that they are working together.
Yeah.
And that would be why the dad freaked out when he found out that she was getting like close to him or whatever.
And that Teller's getting close to his sister.
Yeah. The dad lost, like his gig's almost up.
Yeah. But I think that's why he's about to be sent away back to war, and he'll magically come back with her. He's going to retrieve her. He's not actually going to war or whatever they're doing. I think he's going to retrieve her.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why he wasn't going to tell them. Because he wasn't going to be gone long.
Yeah. Luther obviously thought highly of the mother. I had no indication other than don't betray my trust like your mother, or something like that. But I think he plays a hard ass, but he's really a forgiving guy.
Yeah. Because he understands that people do things out of desperation and trying to do what's better for the people they love.
Yeah. For sure.
There's a lot of angst.
Yeah, there's a lot of angst. It's good. I was telling Jesse, I was like, my husband, in case you guys don't know at this time, he loves to read fantasy books, but he's fine with the sex. He just isn't like, Silver Flames is not his favorite book, okay? But I told him, I said, this book is nothing but angst, man. It's a safe bet for you. Now, I think the way that things were talked about, it could get freaky later. It's gonna get freaky later. But the first book is safe. I said it's just nothing but angst. It's really building up.
So much build up. They're gonna explode at some point, like explode.
Yeah.
And why do I feel like it's gonna be in like the worst moment? They're gonna just be like, fuck it, and then do it, and then they have to ride off to battle or go defeat something.
And one of them almost dies inevitably, and they find out they're mates. He already knows. I think she doesn't know, but she suspects there's something guarded. Here's the deal. The only complaint I have about her, she was so impressionable. But that's part of me liked that about her. Like, okay, she's not like this annoying, I'm stuck in my ways. She seemed to be open, but the problem is whoever she's around, her mind talked herself into agreeing with. Like when she went back to Danetos 2.0's house, after the runaway and him like almost trying to capture her, she was like, oh, he's right, my dad, blah, blah, blah. Then she goes back to her dad and is like, oh my God, he sounds like just like him, but the opposite. And then she finally, I think when she had that blow up with her dad, she finally realized, this is who I am. That voice in my head saying, fight, blah, 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 that's me. That is who I am, and I need to listen to that. That's what I think. And then obviously now she's the fucking queen of the whole bitch. I'm just interested. Is she just gonna walk up to the gate and be like, here's my house? Like, what the fuck is she gonna do? Is she gonna just, like, privately talk to Luther? Because if I were her, that's what I would do. I'd be like, hey, I didn't expect this. I don't know what's going on. Help me. Like, that's what I would do.
Somebody help me.
Somebody help me. And then there's a part of me that's like, is he going to be pissed? Because he's been kind of clear he doesn't want it. He says, like, both of us are born into worlds we don't want. So, is he going to be pissed or is he going to be, like, thankful? But then they're going to end up together, so he's still going to end up running the bitch alongside her. There's just a lot of questions that I think we're going to get answers to, like, immediately in the second book.
I hope so.
I finally got on with the world building. It took me a minute. to understand descended, blah, blah, blah. But I think I'm
I
finally
love that
like,
her name
catching
is
up with the world.
DM.
It's just like off of Colleen Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the first few times they said it, I was like, are they saying what I think they're saying? Is it DM or are they saying Deanne or like what is it? I was like, oh, it is DM. I love that.
It's cute for sure.
What do you think about Henry? Because that's Dane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Henry trying to stop her from going into the armory after they just bombed it.
I already didn't like him, and after that, he was dead to me.
Yeah, same.
I was already like, this guy's kind of giving me the ick.
Yeah, very controlling, I'm not going to make your decisions for you, but I'm going to strongly influence you into thinking it's your own decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he felt manipulative, and she was obviously very impressionable. We talked about that. She would be with Luther and be like, they're not so bad. Or she would go to this random descended house and like be friends with a little girl. She would save people the same way, no matter what they were. She had a bunch of snark about the descended, but when it came down to her healer's vow, she was very serious about that until she gave those plans. But I think her goal was to please him. Like, she wanted to make Henry happy. I don't think it had anything to do with herself. She was around him, and he acted like, oh, that look he would give her, like, oh my gosh, admiration. And she talked about that. Oh, he's never looked at me like that before. She doesn't have a mother. Her dad's obviously very heavy military man. She said, oh, this is the commander talking now. She doesn't know who her real dad is. Her whole life is crazy. She doesn't even know if she wants to be a healer. The only thing that's been constant for her was Henry. And she wanted to make him happy. That's my thought. And so she did these things and then immediately regretted them when people were getting hurt. I feel like she's very much a gray area of either side. She doesn't fully agree with the Descendants, but she doesn't fully agree with the Guardians either. She's very much, I think no one should be hurt. I very much want people protected.
What other book did we read that was just like this, where she like doesn't know who she is? Is it Shield of Sparrows or Silver Elite?
I feel like a Silver Elite.
That's what I'm thinking too.
No. I need to reread Shield of Sparrows because it's just so fucking cool. Yeah. I love it.
So when she's with the king, Ulthar, and he like comes to, because she touched him, right?
She was holding his hand and like saying the last rites to him that she says to people when they're dying, like a healer thing. Yeah.
So he like comes to and has this moment of like consciousness, like full mental clarity and consciousness. And he's like, I didn't think you'd come back to me. So I took that as he thought she was her mom, but they never said that she looked like her mom. Did they?
No, they never said she looked like her mom. But that part of me wondered if they were siblings. Maybe he was seeing a vision of her? Yeah. That part of me made me wonder if they were siblings because he is acting like she maybe does look like her mother. And they didn't intentionally put that in the book. Maybe. They don't talk about her hair or eyes or anything. They don't talk about that.
Yeah. And that's why she has access to the flame root, because she's been like stockpiling it for herself and for her daughter all this time.
Yeah. Maybe she's like a princess, a cousin, or something undercover.
Yeah.
Maybe she dyes her hair.
Yeah.
Like, a la Shield of Sparrows.
Yeah.
This is good theory. Now I gotta start this book.
I know, I'm excited.
We're gonna hang up and I'm gonna be like, headphones in. I have a couple errands to run. I'll be listening.
I know, we gotta go shop for the boys. Keaton has to get new cleats and Kaylin new school shoes. I just ordered all their school supplies yesterday and probably going to order all of their school clothes today because we don't do shopping in stores.
No.
I only do shoes because they have to try them on.
For sure.
Know that they will fit. Clothes, they only wear athleisure wear. It ain't worth it to fight with them over color or size or whatever. Just put it on.
Yep. They're going to grow out of it in a year anyways.
Like 3 months, if not next week. Because they always, it's magic. It's like, start of school, and then 2 weeks later is Labor Day, so they get a 3-day vacation, and both of them always hit a growth spurt and grow like 2.5 inches, and their pants don't fit them.
Classic.
Love it. Okay, is that all we got?
Yeah.
So next week, we will be covering the second in this, Kindred's Curse saga, which is Glow of the Everflame, which I was trying to look at the picture and like what is inside the face outline.
It's a castle.
And, yeah. So she's going to take over her kingdom and figure out how to rule, I feel like, in this one.
The quote on the back, this has to be Luther. Okay, I'm gonna read it. I am your sword. Point me at your enemies and watch them fall.
Oh, I fucking love it.
That's hot.
That is giving Xaden.
Giving Xaden, baby! Woo!
Love it. Yeah, so we'll both be done by Tuesday. Okay.
Be done tonight. I don't know. Just kidding. How long is this bitch? Let's see how many pages. Just for curiosity.
I think the first one was only like 400 something.
Okay, including the acknowledgments, it's 608.
So that'd be a good 10, 12 hours.
Yeah. And then this one, just for comparison, it was 401. So it's 200 pages more. Light work for us.
All in a day's work.
All in a day's work, literally.
All right. So that's all we have for this week. Be sure to go follow our socials and check out our website. In case you've forgotten, we do have a link on the website that gives you free Kindle downloads every day. It changes whatever is free for that day. You can scroll through each category or page and find hundreds of free books to download on Kindle.
Love it.
So, yeah, we will talk to you guys later.
Bye.